Hello everyone, my name is Jessica Brooks and I am the founder of Jahzara's Way. Jahzara's Way is an organization that supports individuals that have been affected by brain injuries, their families, caregivers, and even friends and family. Jahzara's Way started because I am a brain injury survivor. When I was going through my recovery process, I had a series of doctors that I had to go to. Every time I asked them, what is the prognosis? Like where can we go to get better? What is the plan of care? How are we gonna get better? Most of the doctors, they kind of just shrugged their shoulder and just said, it takes time. We really don't know. And that was kind of frustrating in itself. And it was one of those things where if I could help someone else get to the end goal, which is like healing faster than I reached it, then I won. Then we all win. One of the things about brain injuries is it's a silent or a invisible, I should say, injury. I look fine. I look like there's nothing wrong with me, but I have memory issues. I have stuttering problems. I can't pull words sometimes. Over time it got better, but as I was going through treatment, I didn't know what symptom would surface. I wouldn't know what symptom from day to day I would get. The only thing that was constant was like headaches, dizziness, and kind of confusion. Even when I was talking with my mother during the earlier stages, it was kind of crazy because my mom would be able to sit, listen to me for about 30 seconds, walk around the house, clean, come back, and then listen to what I was saying, and I didn't even finish my sentence. I wouldn't even want to have my worst enemy go through this situation. And over time and doing extensive research, I found that you can get better. It's just the steps you take to get better, and just raising awareness through like the healthcare field, through students, neighbors, families. If we can do that, then we can kind of get these individuals that have been affected by brain injuries and their families on the right path to recovery. So the events that we love to host, I am a basketball freak. I love basketball. I grew up playing basketball. We do an annual basketball tournament where we collect school supplies to give out to the community. We also have a scholarship program where we're helping individuals who have been cleared, medically cleared, to go back to school that were brain injury survivors. We're helping them get back. So one of the things that was important to me is education. And if you're cleared to go back, you may not be able to go back at the same pace. So you have to significantly change your course load, where you may have had a full ride or a scholarship or grant that allowed you to go to school. You may have lost it because you can't maintain the full-time status. So our goal is to help our students who are brain injury survivors continue on to their path of success through education. The last one is our podcast, which is called JW's Brainwaves, and my family and I, we come together and we find stories, brain injury success stories, and just finding healing through hearing their stories and how they overcame being diagnosed with a brain injury and how they're doing now and how it's possible to move forward. I also go and we have a Let's Talk About It campaign where I actually go into the community and I talk with students from Girl Scouts to middle schoolers to churches about brain injuries and brain injury awareness. The more people who know about it, the more we can change, the more we can heal. So I was actually diagnosed with my brain injury 4 months in after my car accident. They just thought that I had whiplash and a concussion. Which is bad enough in itself, but once my symptoms kept lingering on way beyond 3 and 4 months, then my doctors actually sat me down along with my parents and said that, Jessica, you have post-concussion syndrome. It was devastating in a sense. Before the car accident, I literally just graduated. I was traveling the world. I was entering the entry levels of my dream job. I was looking to go back to school. I actually applied for nursing school as like a safety route, and I got in, and I couldn't even go to school. Two other options were med school, and I was also looking at a physical therapy program. And I was just kind of weighing my options at the time, but the car accident just completely interrupted my whole dream, my whole thought process, things like that. So instead of, you know, pushing forward, I kind of really had to go stop and halt. And, you know, my life got flipped upside down. Things that I could do before, you know, independently, I couldn't no longer do. For instance, my father would have to drive me everywhere. I was unable to drive. I would have to like write things down. Even to this day, to start my day, I have to get up at 7:30 in the morning just to prepare for a job at 10 a.m. so I can remember everything I need to do for the day. Things that kind of bother me are just memory loss. I'm newly engaged, and some of the memories that I had before, well, some of the events that I shared with my fiance before, I no longer remember. I no longer remember the words that he told me when he asked me to marry him, which is devastating. My mentor, which is Dr. Caroline McCagg, and she was amazing. She gave me the push and the support that I needed to just go. She knew how necessary it was to just share my story, share Jahzara's Way's story, and get brain injury awareness out there. She was a big help from behind the scenes. Also, there was a kid that I met in my recovery center in Edison, New Jersey. He benefited a lot from the Jahzara's Way program, just basically support. So one of the symptoms towards the beginning of recovery, I get, or beginning stages, I should say, is like our brain doesn't rest because it's constantly trying to heal itself. So we don't sleep at night. We're literally walking zombies. We are exhausted but cannot sleep for the life of us, and then we get up early in the morning. So what we did is we started like a program where it was like, if you can't sleep, you can kind of talk to each other. And we started that, and it was like, it got easier. And then we were able to escalate the conversation from like, I can't sleep, to things that help me sleep, to things that help me do certain tasks much better now that I have a brain injury. So memory, dizziness, and headaches are main symptoms that are across the board everywhere. Then the sleeping, and what doctors to go to, who to trust, what type of treatments we need. It took my doctors roughly 9 months just to get me in the right program to actually progress in healing. Just simple things like changing your diet. Having more omega-3s in your diet helps you with your memory. Just flax seeds and different types of seeds and things like that, or making sure that we drink enough water to sustain us through the day. Those small things that we could do at home that doctors weren't necessarily telling us right away, because not that they were hiding it, but they didn't know how impactful it actually was, were things that like kind of helped us form an army of support and move forward through Jahzara's Way. My birthday is March 11th. So just pairing my birthday with basketball and pairing it with brain injury awareness, like it's like a triple threat, something that I couldn't even dream of. So I'm really, really excited for the event, and I know everyone that comes out will enjoy it. They'll leave more informed, they'll have so much fun, and it'll be an event that they'll talk about forever. All right, everybody, I need you to do me a favor, okay? I need you guys to go online, get your tickets. You do not want to miss this event. Get it now. March 9th, get your tickets. See you there.